Hello, and as they say in France, bienvenue chez Peugeot. On behalf of Vantage Automotive, I want to show you the Peugeot E-2008 today. It was facelifted for 2024, so it has new features, fresh new styling, and more importantly, a bigger battery for longer range. I want to show you what's new, so let's check it out together. Allons-y! The E-2008 is a very family-friendly SUV or crossover from Peugeot. The first one actually sold out very quickly in Singapore, and that's because this is a car that offers lots of comfort, lots of practicality, and being French, avant-garde design. But of course, design doesn't stand still, so it's been given a comprehensive facelift for 2024. It is actually super obvious that this is a new design. Have a look at the grille, for example. As before, these are body colored, but they actually used to be horizontal and now they're vertical. And they've also extended it with these chrome flourishes. And I think that's to make this car more prominent on the road, even though it is quite compact. And I'm sure you've noticed these three lines here. Well, that's basically what happens when I have an argument with my wife. Just kidding, honey. These are meant to look like lion's claws. Well, why lion? Because that's the sort of symbol of Peugeot, and that's captured on this prominent new emblem over here. So there's lots of change, and you definitely know that Peugeot's designers haven't been lying down on the job. Now let's have a quick look at the back. There used to be a lion emblem here as well, but that's been removed just to tidy up this panel over here a little bit. And check out this new garnish above the rear number plate. I think it adds a welcome touch of class. But of course, the most prominent change at the back are these new tail lights, which are horizontally oriented. And I think that helps to visually widen the rear of the car. So when you're following an E-2008 from behind, you'll be looking at a car that looks wider than it really is. Also new for 2024 are two additional colors. There's the Oakenite White, which has a lovely tinge of blue under the sunlight. But my personal favorite is the Selenium Grey, which I've been showing you. And that's because I think it goes really well with the sporty black trim that comes with the car. And also because my favorite movie just so happens to be 50 Shades of Grey. Let's talk about performance for a second. The E-2008 has 100 kilowatts powering the front wheels. But this is an electric car, remember, so it's going to feel very lively with smooth and instant acceleration. But better than that, this comes with a bigger battery than before, so it can now cover a claimed 436 kilometers on a single charge. That's over 90 km more than before. So the average Singaporean is only going to have to open and close this thing less than once a week. If this is the first time you're jumping aboard a Peugeot, it's going to feel very distinctive. The first thing you'll notice is that the steering wheel is actually very compact. So when you take this car for a test drive, aiming it down the street is going to be a matter of flicking your wrists instead of twirling your arms. It helps the car to feel more agile. Also, instead of looking through the steering wheel, you'll be looking over it, and that gives you a very clear view of this very distinctive and very eye-catching 3D driver display. Of course, many cars come with the exact same features, but very few of them arrange them in such an aesthetically pleasing way. And if you ask me, I can totally see myself feeling good about driving a car with a cockpit like this every single day. Trust the French to be fashionable. Peugeot calls the driver display the 3D iCockpit. It's not only beautiful to look at and clear, it's also customizable, so you always have all the information you want right in front of you. There's a 10-inch touchscreen, which also has lovely graphics. It's very responsive and easy to use, and it's also customizable, so it's always easy to find your favorite functions. In terms of storage, the E-2008 has plenty. There's a covered compartment and two cup holders, and a compartment just for your mobile phone with wireless charging. You can also use the cover as a stand for your phone, but there's a good chance you won't have to. That's because both Apple CarPlay and Android Auto are standard, and both are wireless. But even though the E-2008 has all the digital features you could want, it still retains physical switches to give you instant access to important features. So that's not only very convenient, if you ask me, it's also very, very stylish. Okay, family buyers, pay attention now. Even though I don't act like it, I am a grown man. But notice that even though there is a panoramic glass roof, it doesn't eat up all of the headroom, and I'm feeling quite fine back here, and the same goes for legroom as well. If you have moody teenagers, there are USB charging points in the back here to keep them entertained. There's one A and one USB-C point, so you don't have to choose between the two. But if your children are even younger than that, let me show you something quite nifty. The ISOFIX mounting points are actually hidden quite neatly behind this zipper over here. Now that's not a huge deal, of course, but it does show a nice bit of attention to detail. So there you have it, the new Peugeot E-2008. It's still a practical and comfortable family crossover, but now with refreshed styling and a much longer range. If you want to find out more about the car, head on over to mrchia.com.sg and get in touch with a product expert for instant answers to your questions and where you can arrange a test drive. Thanks for watching, and à la prochaine.